Hey guys, how you doing? Okay, so it's Saturday night and I've just been watching Original Fuse Gaming, also known as Fran. She's got a new video up showing a DVD collection, and it's kind of inspired me to document my DVD collection because I've only shown my Blu-rays before. I've got quite a lot of DVDs that I've collected over the years, and I thought, if anyone's interested, maybe I should do a video so you can all have a look and see what kind of films I like to watch and TV shows. I also saw my good friend Labosu77 did it recently, which was really interesting. I like watching these videos. So I'm going to run you through my collection, guys. So first up, we've got 24 of the TV shows, seasons 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. I still need to get 6, 7 and 8. I think the only reason I've never really picked them up is because after season 5 it started to go downhill a bit. Season 6 wasn't very good, 7 was a mess, down to the writer's strike really, a year gap, and it just didn't work. Season 8, the final season, was absolutely excellent. Now they really did pull it back, so I probably will pick them up at some point. Then we've got the 4400, one of my favourite sci-fi shows. I've only got seasons 1, 2 and 3. For some reason I've never got around to buying the 4th and final season, which I really need to do that. So if you've never seen that, I'd check it out. It's an absolute classic. Then we've got Nicolas Cage, 8mm. Really good movie, but very disturbing. Eminem, 8 Mile, absolutely fantastic. I'm really impressed with his performance in that movie, and it wasn't a major stretch, but he did a great job. Next one's, I don't know how you pronounce it, Aeon Flux, I don't know, it's an absolutely god-awful movie. I just bought it to see what it was like, and it was crap. Then we got my favourite TV show of all time, Alias, seasons 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. There ain't nothing that can be said about this show that's bad. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing from beginning to end. Season 4 maybe was probably the weakest season, but even that, I mean, it was still fantastic. But I'd highly recommend watching Alias if you've never seen it. It was created by J.J. Abrams, the man behind the modern Star Trek, behind Lost, Cloverfield, Mission Impossible 3, Fringe. The guy is just an absolute genius, and Alias is the greatest show ever made. Next up, we've got The Pub Landlord, Al Murray, stand-up comedy show in England. Very cool. I like Al Murray, he's funny. Then we've got American History X, one of the greatest movies ever made. It's just an absolute all-time classic. Edward Norton, one of my favourite actors anyway, and his performance is just outstanding. It's absolutely superb. It's a bit of a hard film to watch. I mean, it's not one you can just, watch when you're bored. It does make you think, and excellent. And in contrast to that, we have American Pie 1 and 2, which, completely other end of the spectrum. Really funny films. I don't know why I've never bought the third one. That's a really strange. I should have got that. In fact, that's really weird because I'm pretty certain I have got the third one. So I'm wondering now if it's in the wrong position because these are all in alphabetical order. I might not have put it up there. I'm actually going to hunt that down because I know for a fact I did buy the third one at some point. The Wedding. I know I bought that. That's weird. Oh, I'll have to look for that. Okay, next up is Back to the Future trilogy. I mean, what can you say? Back to the Future is classic. I don't think I've ever met anybody that doesn't like Back to the Future. We've got Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2. I love both movies, they're brilliant. A lot of people like Bad Boys 1 the most, but me personally, I think I kind of like Bad Boys 2 more because it was over the top, cheesy. Martin Lawrence was so funny in that film, and he hasn't been funny for a long time, but he was really funny in that film. We've got Bad Company, Chris Rock and Anthony Hopkins. Pretty decent movie, I quite like that. I like both of them anyway, so it's worth watching. Then one of the greatest TV shows I've made as well, Band of Brothers. I mean, I've watched it so many times, and you can just go back and watch it and watch it and watch it, and it never gets old. It's just absolutely brilliantly done. Unlike The Pacific, which was done this year, which was so bloody boring. It was crap. They just totally missed the point with that show. I don't know what happened. Just total fail. But Band of Brothers, absolutely amazing. If you've never seen it and you're interested in the slightest in World War II, please just watch it. Even if you don't like World War II, just watch it. It's one of the most amazing things you'll ever see. And then we got The Best of the Chris Rock Show, which was okay. I only bought that because I'm a big Chris Rock fan, but it was alright. Then we got Biggie and Tupac, which is a documentary made by a British documentary maker, Nick. Oh Christ, I can't remember his name. But yeah, really interesting documentary about the assassinations or murders of Notorious B.I.G., Biggie Smalls, and Tupac. Really, really good documentary. Raises a lot of questions that have never been answered and probably never will, unfortunately. Then we've got Michael Moore's Bowling for Columbine. Excellent documentary, really good. Not a massive fan of Michael Moore anymore because, like a lot of documentaries, they pick and choose what they want to show, and yeah, it can be slightly biased. And then I apologise, we got the Britney Spears section. I was a massive Britney Spears fan back in like the early 2000s, you know, so yeah, whatever. So we got Britney live and more, we got Britney Spears in Las Vegas, then we got another one's Britney, which I think was to do with her album, so it's probably music videos. And then we've got, what's that one called? Time Out with Britney Spears, which I think was the first one I got, which is a Region 1 release, American. That was when she was first coming out, as introducing her and showing some of her early stuff. Well, I'm not ashamed to say I like Britney Spears. I don't think she's any good now. She's kind of lost it, but well. Then we got Black Hawk Down. Good film, pretty decent. It's not a film. It's like American History X. It's a great film, but you can't watch it regularly because it's a bit heavy. Blade and Blade 2, and then down here we've got the third one, Blade Trinity. All three, love them to bits. They're brilliant. First one's still the best though, without a doubt. Boys in the Hood, all-time classic gangster movie. Love that film so much. Lawrence Fishburne, amazing. One of my all-time favourite actors, and his performance is just unbelievable. Then we got Bullet, which, if I remember rightly, was Tupac Shakur and who else was in that movie? I'm not too sure, and I can't get it out because it's too tight. I'm sure that was a Tupac movie that I hadn't seen. I picked it up because I wanted to watch it, and it was just average. Casino Royale, Daniel Craig. Not a big Bond fan, but that is an amazing movie. I just love it to bits, and I think Daniel Craig's fantastic. Next one is Changing Lanes, which was Ben Affleck and Samuel L. Jackson. Another one of my all-time actors. I have like a list of actors who, no matter what they make, it could be the crappiest film ever, but I'll still watch it because they're that good, and he's definitely one of them. Samuel L. Jackson is amazing. In that film in particular, Changing Lanes, is one of those films. It was just an average film, but he was great. Christina Aguilera, what's that called? Jeannie Gets Her Wish. Yeah, I can't even defend it. Got another Chris Rock, which is Bigger and Blacker, which was pretty good from what I can remember. Then we got, in fact, Bigger and Blacker was the really old show he did, wasn't it, from HBO, I think. Yeah, that was a really good one. And then there was Never Scared, which was just absolutely superb. Another Chris Rock stage show. He's definitely my favourite comedian. Then we got Collateral. Tom Cruise at his best, definitely one of his finest moments. A lot of people, give Tom Cruise a lot of shit and slag him off. Me personally, I think Tom Cruise is brilliant. He's an amazing actor. He does actually come across like a very genuine person. I mean, the fact that he goes out and greets his fans every time he goes to a movie premiere is amazing. He spends like an hour and a half with his fans. I mean, the level that he's at, he doesn't have to do that. And I think he needs a lot more credibility, and people need to leave him alone, really. But that's just a personal opinion. Next one, yes, that's Britney Spears Crossroads. I didn't buy it for the collection, I just bought it because everyone slagged it off, and being a Britney fan, I wanted to see the film and see if it was any good. And I've got to say, it wasn't that as bad as everyone said. These kind of movies, I mean, it's like Glitter with Mariah Carey. I've never watched it, but the critics like to pan these films just for the sake of it because they want to be snobs. But I didn't think the film was that bad at all, and I didn't think Britney was that bad. It was just an alright film. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Yeah, it's alright. It's not really my kind of thing. I just happen to have it. Dawn of the Dead remake. Love that. I thought it was fantastic. Saw it at the cinema. Had to buy the DVD. Die Hard Trilogy. This is the Region 1 release, which is brilliant because it's got DTS surround and it's absolutely mega loud. It's just awesome. I mean, I love Die Hard movies. Die Hard 1's my favourite. Die Hard 2 is good. Not brilliant because that was made by Rennie Harlan. It was alright. Die Hard with a Vengeance is brilliant. I mean, you've got Bruce Willis and Sam Jackson. Double the power of quality. And then you have Jeremy Irons playing the villain. I mean, it's just a total win. Brilliant film. Die Hard 4.0. Some love it, some hate it. I absolutely adore it. I think the film's brilliant. Totally nailed it. I was worried that when they did that, they were going to ruin the franchise, but they didn't. They made it just as brilliant, if not better. Then there's a thing for setting up your DVDs on setting up your TV settings. That's what our digital video essentials is. Disturbed, which is a rock band if you don't know, and that's just basically like interviews with the band, music videos, live performance. And then they've got Drowning Pool, which is another rock band which I absolutely love. Well, used to. Unfortunately, their lead singer died after the first album, and then it all went downhill. All the rest of the music went crap. Elektra, basically I like Jennifer Garner a lot due to Alias, and yeah, Elektra's okay. It's not a bad film. It's not a great film. It's just an alright film. It's just basically Jennifer Garner kicking ass, which is alright. Enemy of the State, one of my absolute, without a doubt, probably my top 5 movies of all time. I've seen it so many times. I just absolutely love that film. Will Smith is as I say, I've got that list of actors, and Will Smith is one of them. I will watch anything that Will Smith does, and I pretty much have watched every film he's done, bar the first one he did when he played the gay lawyer, which I can't remember what it was called, but that's the only one I've not seen as far as I'm aware. End of Days with Arnie. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's just brilliant. I was watching Straight Up Reviews earlier, reviewing Expendables, and he was saying how Arnold needs to come back, and he's absolutely right. We need Arnold back making movies, because he's just brilliant. Everything he does is excellent. Then we've got Equilibrium with Christian Bale, which is like a subpar Matrix clone, but it's actually a really good film. Never really see a lot of people talk about that. I would recommend watching that. Exit Wounds, which is DMX and Steven Seagal. I love Steven Seagal's early work. This one was sort of like in the middle of his work, I believe. It was a really good film. He's more recent last few years, he's just making any old shit, he ain't bothered. He's just doing it for the money, which is a shame because I love Steven Seagal. But he's put on weight and he ain't got the moves anymore, so he needs to get his arse in gear. Then we've got a couple of seasons of Family Guy. We've got season 1, 2, 3. We've got season 4, season 5, season 6, is that? Yeah. I'm not sure, I think they're up to about season 8 now, but I love Family Guy, brilliant. Fahrenheit 9/11, another Michael Moore documentary. It was okay, pretty decent. Falling Down, classic movie, Michael Douglas. Not a big Michael Douglas fan, but one of the best movies he's ever made. I know Elwood High has got the his little picture on YouTube is the character that Michael Douglas plays in Falling Down, which is pretty scary. But we've got Finding Nemo, love it, saw it at the cinema, had to buy it, classic film. Fight Club, it's just brilliant. If you've never seen it, highly recommend watching that because the twist at the end of the movie is just superb. From Hell, which is about Jack the Ripper, and that's Johnny Depp, excellent film. We've got Gladiator, which I saw at the cinema. As soon as I saw it at the cinema, I was just absolutely blown away. I mean, it's just, I'd never seen anything like it at that point, and yeah, I was so glad to get a DVD. It's just not as good watching it at home, unfortunately. Ghosts of Mars, which is a John Carpenter movie with Ice Cube, set on Mars with these monster alien. It's just not very good. Gone in 60 Seconds with Nicolas Cage. I think that's Joe Bruckheimer made that, if I remember rightly. Yeah, great film. Saw that at the cinema and loved it to bits. Had to have it. Then we have Gridlocked with Tupac and Tim Roth, which is a brilliant film. One of Tupac's best films, I think. I mean, Tim Roth is just so brilliant, and them two just gelled really well. And then they got Tandy Newton to back them up, which is just excellent. The late great Bernie Mac. We got Guess Who with Ashton Kutcher and Bernie Mac. Really great. I think Zoe Saldana. I never know how you say a bloody name. The one that plays Uhura in Star Trek. She's the one that plays his girlfriend, and it's basically about Ashton Kutcher dating a black girl, and Bernie Mac plays the father, and it's like a comedy. It's basically a remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner with I've forgotten his name. Christ, I can forget his name. Famous actor. Oh God, brain freeze. Don't you hate when that happens? It always happens when I'm making videos out of a brain freeze. I'll come back to me in a minute anyway. Half Past Dead, which was Ja Rule alongside Steven Seagal when Steven Seagal started to lose it and make crap films. And we got some Harry Potter movies. What we got there? What is that? I can't read that. Philosopher's Stone. Oh yeah, Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, and apparently that's all I've got. I thought I got more than that. Oh, there you go. Oh well, I do like Harry Potter as well. Hip Hop Stories, which is just a documentary hip hop documentary. It's not very good. One of them cheap ones that they get made. Hollow Man, which is Paul Verhoeven with Kevin Bacon. Love that film. Independence Day, another Will Smith classic. I know a lot of people absolutely hate that and see it as the epitome of what's wrong with Hollywood, but I absolutely adore the movie. It's just fantastic. And I've just remembered Guess Who was a remake of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.